So you guys might be wondering, what are we doing today, right? I'm gonna be reacting to Smallant. Is it possible to beat Pokemon X if all the trainers are level 100? I watched like the first 2 minutes of this video and I was like, okay, I gotta react to this. I'll be commenting on it based on a Nuzlocke perspective. So given my Nuzlocke experience, how would I have done this challenge differently? I think this challenge is pretty straightforward. It's just you're playing Pokemon, and all of the trainers are level 100. I think that's pretty obvious. So let's just do this.
Pokemon X and Y. I played these games a lot growing up. I really enjoyed these games, but when coming up with any challenge ideas, the game was just too easy. You get overleveled so fast that the game is a cakewalk. What could you possibly do to make it?
When you're Nuzlocking, hardcore Nuzlocking, you have level caps. So if that's the main problem with these games, where you're overleveling, then it's not going to be a problem when you're hardcore Nuzlocking. Of course, not everybody plays Nuzlocks with hardcore level caps, but I'm just saying, if you do play with level caps, then it does become a bit harder.
I laid on the floor and thought about it for a while. And then the solution hit me. Well, if the trainers are so weak, why not just make them stronger? Why not make all their Pokemon level 100? I started the game up and wandered over to my friends to pick out my first Pokemon. And we are immediately greeted by the most important decision of this whole challenge. Which one do I pick?
Okay, starter
Keep
choice.
in mind, the starter is still gonna be level 5. The first battle is against a level 100. After deliberating for a while, I determined that Fennekin was the only Pokemon I could choose.
Okay,
For reasons
so-
I'll explain in a bit. I named
So
it.
he chose Fennekin as the starter. I think in this challenge, it doesn't really matter as much what your starter is because, like, you're level 5, so you're going to be obliterated by the opponents anyway. But, like, generally, fire types are good because they're rare, water types common, grass types, they suck. So, yeah. I'm assuming you're gaining XP by fighting all these level 100 trainers, right? So once you reach the end of the game, you're going to be, like, level 60, by which I think Fennekin is a great starter choice. Honestly, both Fennekin and Froakie are both viable. Chespin is just completely unviable.
Oh yeah, I hadn't saved yet. And Shauna came out of nowhere with her level 100 Chespin. I opened with Ember, as it used
Okay, so I guess this is the first battle, right? I guess we get to see, like, what the concept of this challenge is, right? Because
Pain Split, essentially having its own health. Oh, that went well. On the first attempt of the first battle, I actually already had a chance to win. I'm just screwing with you. I had no shot. It body slammed and destroyed Sign in an instant.
yeah, so that's what I mean, right? It doesn't really matter what starter you choose. You're going to be obliterated by all the opponents in the early game. But once you reach the end game, after you're like level 60 or something, and you actually stand a chance, then having a Chespin or even a Greninja would be both viable. Okay, so something to keep in mind is that this is not a Nuzlocke, so he does not lose Pokemon in the traditional sense. He can just keep going if he can just keep redoing a battle as many times as he wants.
Who has a level 100 Zigzagoon, it's completely unavoidable. To make any progress, I had to defeat this youngster.
I was going to say, can't you just grind to a level that you can like actually do damage? But then it says down here that he can't fight wild Pokemon. So I'm assuming he's gonna have to do something weird, like where he like catches a bunch of Pokemon for XP. Because I know in these newer games you actually get XP for catching Pokemon.
Easy enough, just fight wild Pokemon until Sign is strong enough to beat it. It would take a few hours, but sure, it would work. And to those of you that thought of that, I have one thing to say. That's lame. I'm not gonna fight wild
agree.
Pokemon. Like at all. Ever.
That's actually why I never grind in my videos.
I'm not allowing myself to ever select this fight option.
I know on this route you get like Zigzagoon or like some like those weak Pokemon, right? Don't they have like Growl or like Sand Attack or like Tail Whip or something? So can't you like you just use a bunch of like Tail Whips and hope that he misses? Pick up strats too, that might work. I don't know if Zigzagoon specifically is here though.
Level 5 Pidgeys on the other hand, they know Sand Attack.
Yeah,
Now
okay, there we go. Yeah, so I guess once you get them to level 5, you can just Sand Attack your way through the game, right? Obviously, he's not going to stick with this same strategy the entire way through, but like for now, it works well.
And with my stacked team of level 5s and a bulletproof strategy, I went to challenge Austin. And I lost. Zigzagoon at level 100 knows Flail, Fling, Belly Drum, and Rest. To have the best chance at winning this battle, Zigzagoon needs to Belly Drum first turn, a 50% chance. Then Rest the second turn, another 50% chance. This situation almost guarantees 6 sand attacks from my Pidgeys, giving Zigzagoon a 1/3 chance to hit every turn after that. Once Zigzagoon wakes up, since it's a...
Is it really 1/3? I guess sand attack isn't as useful as I thought, because like whenever I go up to +6 and I use like double team strats, they're always missing like for 10 turns straight. So
HP is full and its attack is maxed, the only move the AI will use is Flail. Fling has 10 power points, and Belly Drum has 9 remaining power points. How can you defeat a level 100 Zigzagoon in under 19 turns by just smacking it with level 5s before the Zigzagoon sweeps you with struggle? Unless you picked Fennekin. Now, Fennekin doesn't have the brute force to take out this Zigzagoon, but it has...
Why is Fennekin so good? What does it learn? Oh, does it learn Fire Spin? That might work.
It has something better. Ember. Ember by itself deals 1 HP to Zigzagoon. But there is that beautiful 10% for a burn. If you're able to get a burn within 11 turns, the battle is won. It burned! We got the burn! And so, after
only
nearly
5
an
attempts
hour
too. That's
of playing,
pretty lucky.
The stars
well, I guess
aligned,
not lucky.
and I won my first battle.
Yeah, I guess the combination of burn plus Fire Spin is kind of good. Well, it's not good, but it's your best shot like for the early game.
And went inside to the first major roadblock of the run. Oh, no, it's not the gym leader. No, it was a tiny bug before the gym leader, the Combee. Combee had the perfect moveset to counter my only strategy up until this point. Gust, Bug Buzz, Bug Bite, and Sweet Scent. No matter what I did, I was doomed. It either one-shot me with an attacking move, or used Sweet Scent, which effectively negated Sand Attack. I tried again and again to defeat this monster, and despite there being maybe 10 different Pokemon available to catch so far, there was only one that gave me a slim chance of winning. Pokemon's main mascot itself was my savior, Pikachu. Pikachu had the move Thunder Wave, so if...
So he's going for Para, right? He's going for Paralysis? I feel like Braixen learns Confuse Ray, right? I guess that's not as reliable as Thunder Wave, but we'll see.
Combee used Sweet Scent, which it would only use a quarter of the time. I could paralyze it, which left it with a 1 in 4 chance to be immobilized. So the new strategy was this. Paralyze the Combee and growl until Pikachu goes down. Then use all the Pidgeys and hope that I get at least a few sand attacks off. To finish it off, send an @sign to Fire Spin for residual damage. Then Psybeam and hope for the confusion. It's paralyzed! Come on! It's confused!
Okay.
It hurt itself with confusion, we did it!
Okay, yeah, so with 2 sources of damage and the para, I guess, yeah. Pretty smart.
2 hours to defeat this stupid bee. But I was finally free. After enduring the onslaught that was the bee, the first gym leader was a complete pushover. Surskit didn't know any attacking moves at level 100, and Vivillon only knows Hurricane as an attacking move. On the second try, Vivillon missed enough Hurricanes and I won the battle. First badge done after 3.5 total hours. At long last, I was able to make some progress.
I actually don't know why, but I feel like whenever I play Gen 6, which is not that often, but like whenever I do, I actually struggle against Viola because when it's not at level 100, it has Infestation. It both prevents you from switching. It's basically a Fire Spin, a bug type Fire Spin. And like you don't have many Pokemon that resist bug moves. So it's kind of hard to deal with unless you have specifically Fennekin.
There weren't any required trainers on the way to Lumio City, but I did get into battle in the professor's lab. But it's okay, because he's not that tough, apparently. Did he just say he's not that tough?
Yeah, but once you beat this battle, though, you can get Bulbasaur, right? Which gets like Leech Seed, Poison Powder, Sleep Powder. That's pretty good.
Oh. He had 3 Gen 1 starters, and I didn't even make it past Bulbasaur. That was fine though, because losing this battle, it doesn't even weigh you out, and he gives you another starter
Okay.
anyways. And again, we're left with an incredibly important decision. Which starter to choose?
So I think Bulbasaur is like the obvious choice here. Not only does it have all those status moves, it's also just the best starter out of these 3.
The correct choice was, of course, Bulbasaur, who we named Fravia. On the way out of the city, I made another quick stop to grab a quick claw, which will become a crucial part of this challenge later on. And
I personally don't like using quick claws because I find them too like unreliable. That bright powder, focus band, those like items that have like a chance of proccing, I don't really like to use them because you always have to assume they never proc, but then you have to assume that they always proc for the opponent. So it's just really annoying, and I don't like using them. If you go into a battle just assuming that you get the quick claw, you're going to lose. I guess in a challenge like this, where you get like multiple attempts, eventually the quick claw will activate and you will get that like benefit.
this battle, very convenient for my team. Fravia learned Poison Powder and Sleep Powder and evolved.
Having the combination of Fire Spin, Poison Powder, and Leech Seed is just really good. And like Leech Seed especially is really good, right? Because all your opponents are level 100, so they'll have like a lot more HP than your Pokemon. So for every like Leech Seed turn, they're losing 1/8 of their health, but you're gaining like maybe half or like a third of your health. So Leech Seed is really good in a challenge like this.
Pokeflute or something? I wasn't really paying attention to the plot. Mostly because I was
I don't think
so
anybody
excited
ever
about
pays
what we
attention to the
found
plot at this
hiding
point in the
in
game.
grass. That's what we're looking
okay.
for. Not only does Ninkata evolve into Ninjask, which is useful by itself, but it also gives you Shedinja. Just an insane value. Shedinja is a Pokemon with 1 HP no matter what level it is. But it also has the Wonder Guard ability, where if a move isn't super effective, it won't do anything at all.
So he's getting a Shedinja. So yeah, personally, I don't like using Shedinja because every game just becomes finding a Pokemon that resists a move that hits Shedinja and PP stalling it until you can set up on it and just sweep, which makes for very boring content. So I personally just don't use Shedinja in my runs.
So the great thing about having a Shedinja is that since our Pokemon get one-hit KO'd anyways, it's just like having a normal Pokemon, but it has immunities to half of the attacks in the game.
Not only is Shedinja good for like PP stalling, if you teach it like Toxic on a Pokemon that like just can never hit it, that's like a basically just guaranteed way to win. So it's really good.
Oh yeah, I do these challenges live on Twitch, by the way, so if you want to check them out.
Right. I do my challenges live on my Twitch as well. It's gonna be here on the screen now, so go check me out. I don't usually do these reaction videos. I usually do the challenges that you see on my channel, so come check me out if you want to see them live.
Great, yeah. But I tried one more time. Houndour used Nasty Plot this time, so Ember was able to nuzzle. With the paralysis, I was able to sand attack with Jax a few times until it went down. Then, Fravia was the luckiest Pokemon alive for the next 2 minutes. And we Leech Seed.
Lucky, okay.
Wait, we outspeed if it's just paralyzed? Crazy. And we Protect, but it failed. But it's paralyzed. Protect.
Okay.
Inferno. I'm protected, idiot. Maybe I'll Poison Powder for fun. I know it's not gonna do anything, but whatever. It's fine. Houndour's paralyzed.
Another
And we'll
paralysis.
just Protect one more time, and then I believe that's victory. Whoever said grass is weak to fire? Exactly. Not a single hit.
No, Inferno's just a bad move. I know M&J TV made the saying where like if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. I want to add to that saying, if it's actually 50% accurate, it's 10% accurate.
The luck didn't end there though, because Fravia got another Sleep Powder and Leech Seed to hit before getting taken out by the Zubat. The next Team Flare member was even more difficult as yet again, all of my strategies were thwarted. They sent out a Gulpin, which at first glance seems harmless, but it is far from it. Gulpin is a Poison-type Pokemon with the ability Liquid Ooze and the move Gastro.
Unless it's Confusion, where the 50% accurate is 100 for you. That's absolutely correct. That's actually something that, as a Nuzlocker, you do keep in mind, right? So whenever you're using a move that relies heavily on chance, right? So for example, I guess you're never using like supersonic on an opponent, but a move like Bullet Seed, right? It can hit either 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. Because it's chance based, you always have to assume the worst luck when it comes to you using it, and the best luck when it comes to your opponent using it. So whenever you're using it against an opponent, you can only ever assume 2 hits because you can't assume 5 hits, because if you don't, then you're gonna lose a Pokemon. But then when you're fighting an opponent, you can't just assume they'll hit you twice, because if they hit you 5 times and you're not prepared for it, then you've lost a Pokemon. I'm doing this challenge right now, and I have a Skill Link Minccino. I feel like that's what makes Skill Link so good, right? Because it takes the chance out of those moves, right? Out of Bullet Seed, Tail Slap, Rock Blast. It takes a chance out of it. Like, it just becomes infinitely more useful. Also on Cloyster. Cloyster is really good with Skill Link.
That wasn't the only Pokemon the trainer had. There was also an Electrike, but it only had electric moves, so Radical handled that one too. There was another team-up battle.
I feel like when you're given a Shedinja, offensively, you can only use it to, like, stall a Pokemon, and then I guess you can't even use a Shedinja offensively. You can only use a Shedinja defensively by stalling or, like, taking hits with its immunity, so it's really boring content to use. But I mean, he pulls it off, so, and I can't, so they're like, what am I talking about?
We caught a Dwebble instead, which actually has Sturdy. Then I was ready to challenge
So
Gym
guaranteed
number
toxic
2.
turns, right?
This was where
Guaranteed
Shedinja's
toxic?
utility went on full display. Grant sent out Amora first. Amora didn't have any super effective moves. Radical sat there and sand attacked. Then Fravia hit it with the Leech Seed. Tyrunt was second. Tyrunt didn't have any super effective moves. Sand attack.
Wait, doesn't this thing have Bite? I swear, this thing has Strong Jaw Bite, right? Wait, no, it's level 100, of course.
Leech Seed. Just like that, I
No
had the
Rock
second
Tomb
gym
though?
badge.
No, like, Rock
I
Slide?
continued on without issue
Stone
to
Edge?
reach
No?
Geosench Town, where I was met
Okay,
by
maybe that's just
Corona.
me.
And so, while in Reflection Cave, I picked up a Wobbuffet. After a few more
Ooh,
uneventful
the
battles, I
ultimate
arrived at
gimmicky
the Tower of
Pokemon.
Mastery, where Corona wanted a rematch. The first Pokemon was Hawlucha. It did have a super effective move against Shedinja, so I had to switch Radical out. It used Sky Drop, which took Ember into the sky, but that missed.
Does this Pikachu have static? Because I feel like if it did, it'd be so much more useful, right? Like, what does it have if it's not static? I'm pretty sure it's always just static.
I used Nuzzle, only to remember that Hawlucha has Limber and can't be paralyzed, so
Right.
I was kinda screwed, until it missed High Jump Kick and dealt half of its health and damage to itself. Then I just protected and it did it again. Mienfoo was
easy.
next, so I switched back to Radical, and it kept using High Jump Kick for some reason. Machoke was the last Pokemon, and again, no super effective moves for Radical. So I went with the classic Sand Attack a bunch and stack.
Yeah, I guess, Shedinja is a little bit more useful in... Or sorry, Shedinja does perform a little bit better in Gen 6, because all of the, well, not all, but most of the, like, boss Pokemon, so like Gym Leaders or Elite Four, they only have 3 moves, which is, like, one less move that you have to, worry against.
Status effects. First try for the 3rd badge. I bought some Lax Incense, gave it to my Pokemon, picked up Trick Room.
Yeah, so Lax Incense and I guess Bright Powder as well. They're one of those items that I hate using because you can never count on them activating when you need it. Although it's cool when it does activate.
Taught it to @sign, and I was ready for the 4th gym. The start of the battle went so well, I'm not even gonna talk over it. Like, just check this out. Now it's gonna switch out.
Ooh, okay.
Or it's gonna destroy itself. I mean, that's chill too. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is I'm going to Destiny Bond and have the Quick Claw activate.
Or a challenge like this,
easy.
where you get infinite attempts,
Okay, I'm
kind of
back,
too good.
because this Weeping Bell took a long time. It had Gastro Acid, like the Gulpin from before, so I did the cool switching strat and just tried to take it out with Confuse Rays.
Wait, was he? I didn't see that. Was he?
It's just that easy, okay? Okay, I'm back, because this Weeping Bell took a long time.
Oh, he's playing on
it had
Switch
Gastro
mode.
Acid, like the Gulpin.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. I tend to clown on the Pokemon anime, but something that they get right is playing on set mode. the Pokemon anime plays on set mode, so I kind of feel like the default for Pokemon games should be set mode, but that's just me. I'm just weird like that.
Then, Brick Jr., the now Crustal, saved the day. With its sturdy ability and rocky helmet, I gave it at some point. The recoil from Struggle and the helmet guaranteed me a win. Another first try gym. 4 badges down.
That is true. I guess he is playing against a full team of level 100s. So I'll cut him some slack.
4 to go. And did you notice that in the last battle? I survived a struggle without even needing sturdy. My Pokemon were actually starting to be okay.
Yeah, because he gained so much XP from each battle.
Until the opponent's Pokemon start to be their evolved forms. Where there were some bad guys that wanted to fight, and on the very first battle, I got stuck. So the ever so helpful Twitch chat came up with an idea. Open up.
Oh, really? That's rare. That's really rare for Twitch chat to come up with something useful. That's really rare. I guess he is a lot bigger than I am, so there's like actual smart people in his chat, but like I'm assuming like 99% of his chat are just dummies. No offense to you, chat.
Open up with Lo-Fi? No, it's just one-hit KO's Lo-Fi. But to humor you, I'll do it, and I'll show you how wrong you are. So you guys say, just Destiny Bond forehead. Okay.
Quick Claw. The chat got so lucky.
You guys got so lucky. Destiny Bond only works if you use it before the opponent, and Lo-Fi happened to get the 20% Quick Claw chance to move first. Then there was only Krogunk left where another first happened. I actually managed to defeat a Pokemon with a normal damaging move for once. Wow, our starter just one-hit KO'd a level 100. After not really struggling on any battles for a while, I was feeling confident and went in without a plan. Emolga took out Fravia without receiving any damage. It couldn't deal any damage to Radical, so I figured that was a foolproof plan. Until it ran out of Confused Rays, so it was basically useless. The Emolga Volt switched out on Atsign to send in Magneton. With Atsign and Fravia down, I
he has
really
Trick
didn't
Room.
have any way.
He has Trick Room. That's really cool. I don't know if you can buy like infinite focus sashes. I'm assuming he could do something with Trick Room where like he tricks room himself first so that his Venusaur can always use a sleep powder or poison powder. That's pretty cool.
Attempt 2, Radical used Confused Ray and Sand Attack until the Emolga was blind. I then quickly switched in Fravia for Elite Seed and swapped back to Radical. I just needed to waste turns now, so I kept uselessly spraying some potions onto Radical until the Emolga went down. You know, I said it was going to require a little bit of thought, but I expected it to be a little more thinking than that for the 5th badge.
Okay, yeah, so at this point in the game, he has Leech Seed, he has a Shedinja, and then he has like other Pokemon, like he has a Sturdy Pokemon, so Sturdy Toxic Stall, and then you can, like, I'm pretty sure because he's using Oranberries on his Pokemon, I'm assuming he's going to allow like potions, revives, stuff like that. So he can just keep reviving Pokemon as he sends as like sacrificable Pokemon, and then that he can just basically Toxic Stall every fight, and then Will-O-Wisp every fight that has a Steel type. So he's pretty much set for the entire run. So
good luck, I'm out of here. On the next route, I was strolling through some grass, and a cute little keyring popped up, which is actually one of my favorite
okay,
Pokemon.
so Klefki's good for Prankster moving, or what am I saying? Not Prankster moving. Klefki's good for Prankster because it can Prankster Toxic Stall or Prankster Will-O-Wisp, which is pretty good. Guaranteeing yourself a toxic, well, not guaranteeing yourself, but like almost guaranteeing yourself a toxic onto a Pokemon, and then Toxic Stalling it, really good.
It was worth a try. I figured Brick could handle it. With some Toxic and Protects, it did the trick. Because both Pokemon fainted simultaneously, I didn't know what to expect next, so I sent out Radical with the hope that it was safe. Spoilers, it wasn't.
I feel like at this point he should have sent out the Prankster Toxic on Klefki, but who knows?
Sander had a Honchkrow. It one-shot Atsign. It one-shot Jolie, who did get a Toxic off, but only Fravia and Radical were left.
Yeah, if he started with the Prankster Toxic, then he could like because he only needs 6 turns to fully kill a Pokemon with Toxic, right? So you switch in Klefki, Toxic the Honchkrow, he kills you, that's 1 turn. Switch in Protect, that's 2, Die, 3. switch in another Pokemon that's 4, let that Pokemon die, and then protect again on your last Pokemon. That's 6 turns. And then you can just revive the rest of your team. I feel like if you are using items, at least use them to like their maximum ability, right? Like if you are allowing like potions, revives, get as many of them as you. Although like if you once you do realize how broken items are, you'll stop using them because you can basically just stall any Pokemon.
And deal residual damage with Rocky Helmet and Poison. Wolfric. He opened with a Bomb of Snow. With its ability, it made it Hail. Hail damages through Wonder Guard. The crutch that
I feel like what he should be doing at this point is starting with Klefki like always, right? Using Prankster Toxic like always. Like there's no reason not to because you're always going to go first.
The Avalugg was left with just under half HP, and I put my faith into Atsign and went for a Flamethrower, and it worked. Cryogonal was next up.
Yeah, because he's at a level that like his Pokemon can actually like stand up against the opponents, right?
Turn.
Like they're level like 66,
cold, but since Brick
70.
Has 30, it did
I'm
nothing.
pretty sure like the
Brick
Shedinja was level 80, so
and
yeah.
Poison finished off the Snowflake. A Bomb of Snow was the only Pokemon left, and I knew Lo-Fi could do it. A simple Quick Claw pop with the Destiny Bond. And I knew
that's why
Atsign
Quick Claw's unreliable.
Outspeeding with a Flamethrower to beat Wolfric and obtain the final gym badge. Only the Elite Four remained, and I wanted the finale to be a little more interesting. I added an extra rule. No using healing items in battle. I had to do it with only the power of my Pokemon.
Oh, he's going for like...
I entered the arena.
He's going for content then. I like that. I like that.
A massive mistake. By saving right there, I may have just doomed the entire run. The rule stated that if I ever white out, instead of going to the Pokemon Center and keeping the EXP I gained from the lost battle, I had to instead reset to the last save and lose my progress. And by saving in this room, there was no way out. I started with Drasna. Radical versus her Dragalge. I knew...
So if he's not using healing items, then I guess you're kind of stuck with just PP stalling everything, right? You can't start out with Klefki and Toxic everything, so you kind of have to PP stall by getting off a Toxic with Shedinja or like some other Pokemon, right?
Dragalge couldn't hit Radical, so I read the switch and used Toxic on the incoming Altaria. Altaria used Perish Song, so I switched my Pokemon around a bit until I predicted another switch when the Perish count was about to run out to Toxic another. It hit Noivern. Jolie survived for a few turns, but was taken out by the brute force of this beast. Brick went in next and protected against the Hurricane, with the Toxic bringing Noivern near death. I knew a full restore was coming, so I Toxic'd yet again. With Brick's Sturdy and Protect, it survived a few more turns, but fell to the Noivern just as Jolie did. The Noivern was at low health once again, but Drasna, the uncultured trainer she is, was readying another full restore. I took advantage of this and sent out the backup plan.
So he finally realized how broken healing items are. The biggest thing when it comes to using items is that you now have a limited source of HP. So I feel like getting a Leech Seed here is going to be a predominant strategy for the Elite Four.
On the turn that Drasna used the full restore, Lo-Fi used Destiny Bond, sealing Noivern's fate. I had 3 Pokemon left, as did Drasna. With Noivern down though, the only threat had been defeated, as none of the remaining Pokemon could touch Radical. The next battle I chose to do was Wickstrom's. With a combination of Burns, Leech Seeds, and a Destiny Bond from Lo-Fi, I was able to win without too much trouble. Half done the Elite Four. 2 members to go before the champion. I decided on Seabold next. Jolie versus Clawitzer to start. Jolie landed a Toxic as Clawitzer decimated her with an Aura Sphere. I sent in Fravia. With each attack from Clawitzer, I knew Fravia was going to lose over half HP. I had to hope he could survive long enough.
Oh, he's allowing Mega Evolutions?
Clawitzer shot off a Dragon Pulse. Because I Leech Seeded level 100 though, every turn Fravia would get back a quarter HP in recovery, and with spamming Protect, I was able to
Leech Seed becoming a very dominant strategy now.
Barbaracle was the only
he heals so much, right?
As it had Stone
There's no reason
Radical.
not to.
I PP stalled that out with other Pokemon and let Radical work its cold-blooded magic. Malva. Lo-Fi faced down a Pyroar, who was certainly going to one-hit KO it, which was exactly the plan. And Lo-Fi's lucky Quick Claw activated, allowing it to Destiny Bond. They both went down. Torkoal was the next obstacle. Klefki missed a Toxic, 10% chance, and Torkoal hit an Inferno, a 50% chance. It was time to fight fire with fire.
Nah, okay, so what you actually don't understand there was that the Toxic was 50% chance, and the Inferno was actually a 99% chance.
I sent out at
he didn't keep that in mind,
for the first
but
time in a while,
next time, Smallant, next time, just keep that in mind.
To raise Atsign's special stats as Torkoal set up alongside me. Atsign used Psychic, nearly one-shotting the Torkoal as Inferno missed. One more Psychic finished it off. With full HP, Atsign was ready to take on the
His Pokemon can actually like stand up
It hit
against
a
the opponents
critical
now,
hit
so that's
with
pretty
Psychic,
cool.
And luckily, with Atsign barely holding on at 4 HP, it broke through the confusion and landed yet another Psychic, sealing Talonflame's fate. Brick took a Brave Bird, and Talonflame couldn't handle the recoil in Rocky Helmet.
Okay.
Next thing I knew, I had only one obstacle left in my path. The champion. After 20 hours of being severely underleveled, relying on pure strategy and a little luck, it was finally time to show off all I had learned. Here
resets
we go.
too.
I used Jolie to bait out a high jump kick as I switched in Radical, forcing Hawlucha to crash down. I predicted its Sky Attack and switched back to Jolie to protect from the hit. Another jump kick was coming, so Radical watched the Hawlucha fall to its grave.
Smart.
Tyrantrum was up next.
Something I don't actually know about high jump kick and jump kick actually is how it deals damage. Like, does it? Because I know it deals damage rounding down. So if you have like, for example, if you have 101 HP, half of that would be 50.5. It always rounds down to 50 HP. So I'm pretty sure if that Hawlucha had an odd number of health points, it would actually take 3 hits to take it out. Who knows?
I didn't have anything for it, so Lady Luck helped out yet again with another Quick Claw Destiny Bond for Lo-Fi. The next Pokemon, Gourgeist, wasn't much of an issue. It messed around by attacking for a bit, but in the end, I hard read its explosion, protecting Faravia during that one key turn.
Okay,
and
smart.
in poetic fashion, in the champion battle, Radical Shadow grew to level 100. Finally, a fair fight. Diantha sent out Aurorus against Radical. I used Toxic. Aurorus did nothing. I had won. The fact that
Toxic's
Diantha didn't
nice.
switch meant that there was nothing she could do. She had no moves to hit Radical. It poisoned the Aurorus, poisoned the Gudra, and poisoned the Gardevoir.
Easy.
Winning the challenge and proving that it is indeed possible to beat Pokemon X with every battle against level 100 Pokemon.
This is a pretty well-played challenge. Definitely go subscribe to him if you haven't. Clearly I have. He says luck was on his side, but really it's just resets. Pretty well played. Definitely use some strategies that I would not have. But yeah, props to him. A challenge like this doesn't have much for me as a Nuzlocker to say, but it does have a lot for me as like a strategist to say, right? So like I talked a lot about strategies on how to beat the opponent, but not exactly how it would help in like a Nuzlocke sense. So I don't think a challenge like this would be good for a Nuzlocking. Still a great video. Well done, Smallant. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to me. Ring the bell or turn on the notification bell. So do that. And bye. Is that how we end videos now?